Hi Aries, this is Tarot-blee accurate. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time, thanks for coming. I hope that you like this. If it's not your first time, thanks for coming back. I appreciate all your likes, your shares, your subscription, all your support, your feedback, your private readings, your private messages, your Facebook comments. It's wonderful. So this is your love reading. This is for singles and couples. I think I'm going to start with singles today for Aries, and this could be your sun, moon, or rising. If you watch all three, awesome. If you're just going to watch one, I would recommend for love-specific things, watching your moon sign, just because it's more tied to your emotions and your heart. And then the other thing about these is that, with any reading that lasts a month long, you might want to go back and watch it halfway through, or again towards the end of the month, because things that don't make sense right away, that don't resonate right away, might make sense later as time goes on. So that's kind of it. We'll just go ahead and get started for Aries, May 6th through June 6th. What can we expect for Aries singles, May 6th through June 6th? So we have the moon. It's kind of an interesting one. Hold on one second. My computer's telling me I'm running out of space. So I just need to empty my trash can. Let me do that quick. I'm sorry. Empty the trash. Okay, now there should be space to finish this video. So you have the moon card. Okay. So Aries singles have the moon. What else do we have here? This is the Gilded Tarot, by the way. Then we have the Magician in reverse. This is kind of creating an interesting story for Aries singles. And then the High Priestess. I can't say I didn't expect that. Let's see what else there is here. Major Arcana cards. The Ten of Cups. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Nine of Wands. Let's just throw one more in there because at this point it can't hurt. Judgment. Oh God. Okay. Aries, here's the deal. I feel like this is for Aries singles who probably recently became single. Maybe not super recently, but generally recently. And recent, I mean, that's a subjective term. This could have been 3 months ago. This could be 6 months ago. Point is, you're not over it at all. You might have dated people in between. You might have tried to seriously date someone in between this last person that you really, really loved. But now here you are, you're single. And the reason being is because you're just like, my life is out of whack without this person. Whatever reason, it didn't work out, doesn't really matter. Like, you're like, I need this person. I need this to be happy. Like, you're putting all your happiness on them, and you're like hoping that things just work out, that you can find happiness somewhere else, but you're like, So right now, maybe you're making bad choices. You might be, and like I said, this is a general reading, so maybe this won't apply to everybody. But some of you might be looking for love in the wrong places, the wrong kind of people, and subconsciously you're picking the wrong kind of people because you want something different, because you know that your heart is still with this other person. It's just like, could be making you a little bit crabby. You could be just out having a good time, trying to make relationships go, but the fact of the matter is they can't. You can't. It's just not happening. And it's because you are still stuck on this other person. You need to cut that tie and move on, or just get back with them, okay? For whatever reason, or just be okay with being single, but without having other people in your life, not dating. Like, not, just being on your own. Because you can't, you're just so messed over this. You are. So what you need to do is decide, okay, do I want to be with this person, or do I want to be single and just like let this ish go? You have to make that choice. You either have to fully invest in being with that person from your past, try to get them back, or you need to just say, bye, Felicia, and really stay away this time. And like, it doesn't mean that you're stalking them, that they're stalking you, but like emotionally, you think about them too much. Like you drive past some place that you went one time to pick up tissues or toilet paper, and you're a wreck on the inside. So you have to just, pray to cut those cords of attachment, or you have to figure out what to do to get them back, because no matter what you try right now with the Magician in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse, you're not going to be able to find your happy ever after. You're not going to be able to be happy until you do that. So I'm sorry, but that really sucks, yo. It totally sucks. If you go back to this old person, though, they might have been the Queen of Swords this way for a long time. They might be angry at you. They might be mean, or maybe you're being mean to them, whatever. But now this is different. Now there's been time to heal, to think, to get more patient, let go of some of the resentment or hatred if it was very toxic, which I think it is, which is why you're so torn up over it the way that it ended. And like maybe the worst of the arguing, the fighting isn't behind you yet. You might have another battle to fight. But this is like the final judgment, okay? So it's like if you say, okay, I want to try to work it out with this person, and then it ends up to be like a big nasty fight, like that's going to be a hard, big nasty fight. But the fact of the matter is, then it gets you to this place where you're finally free, though. Like, you're either finally free to be with them, to be happy with them, or just to move the F on. Okay? Like, this is like the final test. So that you can just release it forever and ever, or you can just be with them forever and ever and ever. So this is going to be an interesting month for you all. But for single Aries who are not still connected to an ex, you've been single for a while. We'll see what your cards have to say. So maybe that was only for one of you, but it's an important message to know, like, this is the final whatever. Like, no going back and forth anymore. Even if it's, like, emotionally going back and forth, or if it's physically, but. So, for Aries who are single but do not have that issue, we have the Queen of Wands. And I wonder, is that you or is that someone else? It could be you. I mean, it's a fire sign, right? Oh, cute. So it's you with the Nine of Pentacles. And what else? Eight of Cups. And the Tower. And King of Pentacles. Okay. So, this is kind of cool. So for those of you who are single, right now you are probably feeling just a lot more fun, a lot more sexy, a lot more classy. Maybe you're going out a lot more, but like to places that you've always wanted to go, not kind of the same old thing. You're trying new things. You might be dating different people. You might be dating guys that are kind of like, this is okay, but like I'm not really like emotionally attaching to them. So then they will maybe kind of come and go, walk in and out of your life, not really a big deal. If there is any sort of chaos or catastrophe with that, it's more just because of like a blow to your ego. Well, like, why did they break up with me instead of me break up with them? Like, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. Nothing at all. This month, you might be really attracted to somebody who really seems to have their stuff together. They may be, they have like a very good job, or they're very wealthy or something like that. They're kind of serious, but at the same time very charming and fun. But the issue is, right now, you're not really looking at each other. So this person, male or female, is like kind of looking away from you, kind of just like contented with, you know, maybe the occasional flirt or wink or something, but more focused on other things. And then you're more focused on yourself. So I don't want to say that you're being arrogant or cocky, but this is a month really about you, May 6th to June 6th, where you're like, I'm feeling awesome. Like, I'm feeling secure. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling sexy. So, like, you know? And that's okay because it's accurate. I think other people see you that way, but that's part of the appeal of this person that you may have your eye on this month because they are not throwing themselves at you. They're looking kind of the other way. It's like a little flirt. And you're like, why are they not flirting enough? And then you kind of want to chase that. So what happens if you do chase it this month? What happens if you go after this female or this male person? It's kind of like purposefully giving you a tiny flirt and then looking away, playing hard to get. The Chariot. So this is cute. Because you can see, okay, these are you over here, and he's looking away from you, okay? Whoops, it goes this way in the camera. So he's looking away from you, and you're kind of more looking at your sexy self, and that's fine. But you notice him. His legs are crossed towards you, okay? But then it comes in, and it says, it was this way. But then this one comes in, and you are riding this chariot, you know, like you are going after him, and that's actually a good thing. This is a good way to get this person's attention because they're not going to do more than this than cross their legs at you. Just the occasional little ink, you know, like a very minor, mild flirt. But that looks good. It looks good if you want to go after them because right now you are like super hot and you can get it. You can hit it. You totally can. So there's that. Then moving on to that was singles. So coupled Aries, what's going on for you this month? I feel like a lot of changes for Aries generally in this month. But they're like long coming. You know, like changes that you knew you had to make anyway, but maybe you just didn't. I feel like now they're being forced. But we'll see. We'll see what happens for coupled Aries. May 6th to June 6th. What do we have? These first couple cards are going to be strong. I can feel it. When I am doing readings and then like my nose will crack or I get like pressure on my face, those are important cards. So I think these are coming out here. Okay. And we had this one that flipped out initially. Wow. Lots of interesting things going on here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And very cool. So this is kind of a long story. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a couple. And one of them was a fire sign. Maybe both of them were a fire sign. It's possible that one of them has some water in their chart. Could be, so we're talking Leos, Aries, Sagittarians, Pisces, Scorpios, and Cancers. Doesn't have to be, but could be. Okay. So we have both of these types of people here. These people have been maybe having a conflict. So one or both of you in this relationship has been kind of an emotional mess. Kind of not, because your feelings are valid. And I think the other person sees that, but they may not empathize entirely. One of you is kind of saying to the other, well, this is how I feel and this is why I feel it. And the other person's like, yeah, well, this is how I feel and this is why I feel why I feel that. And maybe you're not, I think you understand, but you're not empathizing with each other. It's more like tit for tat. Well, my pain is worse than your pain. Well, I know that I hurt you, but you know, you hurt me too, kind of thing. So maybe things have not been going recently the way that you would want them to go. Okay. But that brings you to a place here now where you have to make a choice. This is a lot like that first singles reading. So this could be the same sort of situation in a way. Maybe some of those singles got back together with their partner by the time that you're watching this, or maybe this relationship ended and that's why you're single. I don't know. Either way, though, you're at a fork in the road. This is like that final place where you decide stay together or break up. Either one. We're to that point now because we're not winning at relationships. We're just not winning right now at relationships. I'm being serious. I'm putting my foot down and I'm being serious and I'm a little bit sad. But I also want to stay because I have a baby in my belly kind of thing. You know, like I've invested in this relationship. I want to stay here, but I'm hurting and I can't even look at you. And this person's like, and you know what? Like, if you do this one more time, I will cut your effing head off. You're just not winning right now at relationships. But neither one of you wants to leave, I don't think. But you know that it's time. It's time to fix it or go. You know, ask or get off the crapper. Isn't that what they say? Neither one of you wants to suffer anymore. Neither one of you wants to have anxiety, jealousy, suspicion, sleepless nights, anything like that. Neither one of you, though, wants to admit that they were wrong. Neither one of you wants to, you're a little bit proud, right? I think that what's kind of going on here is you don't want to appear a certain way to your family or friends or colleagues, neighbors, the outside world. Maybe by staying together, maybe by breaking up. The perception of other people somehow is important to you. And so you don't want to be perceived as foolish, as unsexy, as whatever. You don't want to be perceived like you are being controlled, like you are not in control. You don't want to be perceived as though your partner is controlling the situation or whatever. But here's the thing. Whatever it is that you want, you can have it. Be careful, though, that you know what you want. You need to focus on the positive aspects because of the law of attraction. You don't want to draw more negative in, okay? That's why you're going in circles here, is that maybe you're not releasing these negative thought patterns that you have about your partner, about the situation, so that you just draw them in more and more and more. You can have what you want. And whatever you choose is going to be okay. Whatever you choose, you can create stability. And you can create a happy, abundant life with blessings. Either way, it's going to be fine. Either way, you're going to have to give something up in order to get there. But either way, you will find your happiness. You'll get your wish. So take solace in that, but it doesn't really tell you what is the way to choose. And I think that's because it's going to be different for a lot of you. And it's going to depend a lot on your partner and what, you know, they're asking you to sacrifice, what you're asking them to sacrifice, and whether or not you feel like it's worth it. It's tough, guys. So if you need guidance on that or anything else, all my contact information is below in the description box. But otherwise, I'll see you in about a week or so for your general readings, which will give you a little bit more information on love. As I'm wrapping all of this up, a card just popped out here, and it's the Ten of Wands in reverse, and it's just saying, you know, maybe you don't want to try anymore. Maybe you don't, because you don't want to put work into something where you're just going to end up heartbroken. Is it safe to try this time, or should you just give up? I don't know. Let's find out. I feel like we need to, right? Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, and the Four of Swords. This is kind of a challenging one for me. So should you give up on this, making it work, or just go a new way, start over? It's going to be different for every person. For some of you, it's stop worrying so much about what other people think. For some of you, it's stop going back to the same situations, knowing how they're going to turn out and expecting it to be different. And then for others of you, it's don't give up. Don't take a break now. Keep pushing. Sorry. I can't lump this all into one category for you. So, anyway, let me know how everything works out. Bye, guys.